Very good morning, students. This is your science ma'am, Anju ma'am, and hope you all are doing well and staying healthy and fit. Today we'll do chapter 7 of your book, that is rocks and minerals, and I'll explain you the topics. So let us follow the class properly and hope you will be able to understand things clearly. Let's get started, class. So, from rocks and minerals, we'll start with rocks. We know rocks are found everywhere on the earth, right, class? And they are present on the mountains, under the soil, and under water also. So, basically, rocks are nothing but they are made up of two or more minerals. As you can see over here, they are made up of two or more minerals. Okay, they are not crystalline in shape always. Some rocks they form near the surface, where others they are formed deep in the earth's crust. Okay, and there are three major categories of rocks. What are they? They are, first is igneous rock. Okay, then there is sedimentary rock, and then there is metamorphic rock. So these are the three major categories of rocks. Now class, scientists who study rocks, about rocks, they are called petrologists. Okay, the scientists who are studying about rocks, they are called petrologists. Now coming to the kinds of rock, as I have told you that there are three types of rocks. Okay, that is igneous and sedimentary and metamorphic rock. First one is the igneous rock. Now igneous comes from igneous. So igneous is a Latin word. Okay, it is a Latin word which means heat or fire. Igneous means heat or fire, and under the earth's crust there lies a melted rock which is called the magma. So the melted rock is called magma, and this magma this exists in a molten state due to the extreme temperature, because inside the earth's crust the temperature is between 600 degrees centigrade to 1200 degrees centigrade. So this magma exists in the earth's crust in a molten state, and when this magma when the magma from under the earth's surface comes out during volcanic eruption, some of it gets spread over the earth's surface. Slowly and gradually what happens, it cools down and forms rock, right? As you can see here in this picture, that this is inside the earth crust where there is a magma chamber, and this is a vent. This thing is the vent from which the magma comes out. Now two types of rocks are formed. One is the intrusive igneous rocks, which are formed from magma that cools very slowly, and as a result these rocks are coarsely grained. What do we mean by coarsely grained? Means the structure of the rocks are bigger in size, whereas the extrusive igneous rocks they cool quickly, and as a result these rocks are very finely grained. Okay, they are very finely grained and has lack of crystal growth. So crystal growth is not seen in case of extrusive igneous rock. Whenever the magma comes out from the vent on the earth's surface, it cools down quickly, and as a result these rocks are formed. Whereas intrusive igneous rock, they are formed inside the earth crust and they cool down very slowly, so the rocks are coarsely grained. Okay, so the igneous rocks they are formed when melted rock harden. Fine grained rocks, that is smooth rocks, are from lava formation which erupts on the surface of the earth, and coarse grained rocks, that is rough rock, are from the magma. Okay, there are some examples of igneous rock given. Obsidian. Okay, now obsidian is a type of igneous rock which is very smooth and glassy, and it is used to make ornaments and jewelry. Okay, ancient people used this stone to sharpen points and blades. Then there is basalt. Now basalt, it is dense and has fine grains. They have fine grains and it forms a large area of seabed. On the seabed, sea beaches or areas, you will see that the basalt has covered a large portion of it. And these basalt, they are used in the construction of roads and building material. Then there is pumice, which is a kind of igneous rock, and this pumice has holes in it because air has been trapped inside, and so we can see the pores, and it is very light in weight, very light. So this is used in making lightweight building materials. And also we will see the food scrubber, which we buy from stores and use at home. They have they are very light and they had holes. They have holes inside them. Those are the pumice rock. You must notice at the store, if you don't have it at your home, you must notice it at store that a pumice rock or the scrubber which is used is made up from the pumice rock. And then comes the granite, which is very hard, and it comes in different colors: white, red, pale green and blue. It is used in construction, for example kitchen counters and floors also, right? Moving on to the next type of rocks, they are the sedimentary rocks. Now sedimentary rocks, they are formed by the deposition of sediment, as the name suggests, sedimentary. So they are formed by the deposition of sediment, and that formation can be due to many reasons: weathering and erosion. And after weathering and erosion, what is happening, the moving water carries these small stones and rocks, and they squeeze and stuck together. So they are what happens, the strong wind and heavy rainfall, they cause breakage of rocks into smaller pieces, and these small pieces of rocks and soil particles, they get carried away by flowing water or wind to some other places. And in this way, what happens, layers of sediments pile up at a particular place and get cemented over thousands of years. In this way, sedimentary rocks are formed. Now fossil, this term actually comes from the sedimentary rocks only, because deposition occurs for thousands of years. So many insects, plants and animals or their part get trapped, and they leave this mark or remains or impressions. So this type of impression we can see when excavation is done, and these are called the fossils. Now the types of rocks are conglomerate, siltstone. Then there are others like the limestone, shale. These all have different properties, which is given properly in your book, and they also have different uses. So this is very important class. You have to remember the properties and the uses of each and every types of rock we are studying. Okay. Last comes the metamorphic rock, which is the third type of rock. And as the name suggests, metamorphic, the word comes from a Greek word meta. Okay, this word comes from the Greek word meta, and this meta means change, and morphic means form. So change in different form. Okay, metamorphic rocks are nothing but igneous and sedimentary rock only. But what is happening, they have been changed under extreme heat and pressure, and due to this heat and pressure, they do not melt, rather the minerals in them are changed chemically to form metamorphic rocks. Now these rocks are very much compact and dense. You see these pictures: schist, gneiss, marble, slate. These are the types of metamorphic rocks, and they are very much compact and dense. They are very rare in nature, I would say, because all other are very common, but these types of rocks are rare. And examples, I told you: marble, slate, quartzite. Marble, you must have heard this name. It is formed from limestone. Limestone, I told you, it is a sedimentary rock. So limestone, when transforms and changes under heat and pressure, it forms marble. This type of metamorphic rock. And we know marble is used for making statues, floors and building material, right? Slate, again, it is formed from shale. I told you shale is what type of rock? Sedimentary rock. You will see before in the previous page, shale is sedimentary rock. Okay, so shale transforms into slate, and this slate is used in making roof tiles, and it is used for making slates and blackboards for writing. Okay, then this gneiss is there. Gneiss has high alternating dark and light colored streak of bands. Okay, this also comes from some igneous and metamorphic rock, and it is also known as ornamental stone. It is used as a building material to make floor, working shelves or gravestones. So gneiss is used for this. So this was all about metamorphic rock. We will study till today class. Okay. whatever portions we have learned, that is what are rocks and what are the types of three types of rock: igneous, sedimentary and metamorphic rocks. Go through the slides and follow your book properly. Everything is written over there. If you, and I hope you won't have any problem. And the properties and uses are important. You have to remember them, memorize them. Rest of the portion will complete next week. So I hope you understood the portion which I taught, and the next class will be able to complete the chapter. Thank you, and take care of yourself, class. Thank you.